Hi, I'm Kelsey Mays for Cars.com. Honda unveiled a redesigned Accord for the 2008 model year. Not much has changed for '09, but some competitors have stepped it up in the meanwhile. Let's see how the Accord compares. For some people, styling might be the car's low point. I'm still trying to decide what the Accord is really trying to be. There are these odd cut lines here and weird extensions there, and the face kind of looks tailor-made to become a robot in the next installment of Transformers. Trim levels continue to include the base LX, the up-level EX, and our test car, the EXL, with Honda's available 3.5-liter V6. There's also a 4-cylinder engine if you're looking for higher mileage. It gets 30 to 31 miles per gallon. I've driven it. It should be plenty of power for most people, although if you're really looking for higher mileage, cars like the Chevy Malibu 4-cylinder do get a little bit better. The V6 delivers energetic acceleration when you need, and the 5-speed automatic is actually more responsive than many competing 6-speed automatics. The steering wheel has a nice well-weighted feel. It's very precise for curvy roads, actually. Ride quality isn't up there with the Camry, but it's actually better than the Mazda 6 and the Nissan Altima, and handling is nearly as precise as both of them. Interior styling takes a few risks. For starters, there are 2 levels of the dashboard rather than sort of the traditional one wraparound panel you see these days. The plastics higher up are kind of shiny and hard to touch. It mars an otherwise very high quality cabin. The buttons along the dash and the knobs they have the sort of well-oiled authenticity you'd expect in a luxury car, and the leather seats look really high quality. I can't lavish the same praise on the cushioning in these seats. They're awfully hard, especially compared to the seats in the Toyota Camry, for example, so keep that in mind if you're going to be frequently going on road trips in this car. There is an optional navigation system. It ditches the previous generation's touchscreen menu, which we found pretty easy to use, for this knob-based setup. As knobs go, it's fairly intuitive. It allows you to do things like scroll the map and zoom in and out without having to access separate submenus, but the graphics are pretty disappointing. I mean, these are definitely a few years behind the times. Back seat is quite generous. Headroom and legroom are both excellent for this class. At about 14 cubic feet, the trunk trails a lot of other trunks in the family car segment. Honda also persists in using old school arm hinges. These intrude on cargo space a little bit if you've got a full load in here when the trunk is shut. Cars like the Mazda 6, the Hyundai Sonata, they have strut hinges that don't do that. The back seat folds if you have large cargo, but it only folds in one single piece. A lot of other cars in the segment have a 60-40 split folding rear seat, which is good if you've got cargo, but you also want to throw someone else on one side. Trunk issues aside, the Accord will be a popular choice for many years to come. It manages to blend ride comfort and driving engagement with cabin quality and respectable gas mileage. These are all things the family car buyer wants. So if you're in the market for one, be sure to give Honda a close look.
For additional information on this car or any other, go to Cars.com and our blog, Kicking Tires.